Cowan, welcome.
Steve Reddy, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Welcome to my series.
I'm honored to be here. What's happening?
Man, excited to talk to you. Thank you for making time.
Again, I'm excited. Let's go.
All right, so Ross, I'm not playing softball here. As you know, it's straight to the fast pitch, right? So what sets you apart as a leader in the mortgage industry? And how have you been able to stay on top of your game all these years?
You know, I think that it's just the desire to continue to get better at your craft every single day, right? And so, you know, having the opportunity to run a channel here at Loan Depot and the ability for me to interface across a wide span of customers, both internally and externally, has been incredibly valuable to me. And I think that just the ability to learn something new every day and to continue to get better at communication, or to continue to get better at connecting disparate, you know, individuals across the organization is something that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, it's awesome to work with you. I mean, I know we spent some time in the trenches over the years, and I don't know, it's great to wear the same jersey. I tell you that all the time now.
Yep, can't agree more.
Hey, so speaking of Mello Channel, which is, you know, what you're heading up and helped us develop, like, what are some of the attributes about, you know, a leader for a Mello branch, or even the team and what it looks like, that make, you know, them a good fit for us in that channel?
Yeah, I think it's probably very similar across all the organizations or all the platforms, but ideally we're looking for a producing branch manager that really knows their numbers, right? Is really dialed into the metrics that make their business happen. They probably have 3 or 4 or 5, maybe plus, you know, loan officers that come along with them, with some supporting branch staff, right? The direct line of sight, giving those individuals the best possible margin stack as it relates to them conducting their business, giving them the opportunity to conduct their business, I think is really what sets us apart versus other multi-layered, multi-channel, you know, organizations.
Totally dig it. And as far as where you see the Mello Channel being at the end of next year or the year after, are there any kind of goals for us in that area that you're shooting for?
Yeah, I think we're going to finish at the end of the year, which is 2020. I think we're going to finish at the end of the year with probably around 15 stores to approximately, you know, $200 to $220 million a month in terms of production. Wow. I would anticipate us.
Fast.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's not hyper growth per se that, you know, that some other organizations are having or have had it in the past, but I think it's consistent growth, which is what I really am striving for, in order to build something that has, you know, longevity, right? Sustainability. You know, so as we look into 2021 and rates staying mainly consistent, where we get into this 3% note rate band, where everybody's selling the same commodity, I think that's where an institution like Loan Depot is really going to stand out to these producing branch managers, because with our technology stack, our pricing metrics, and our ability, you know, frankly, our culture as it relates to how we treat each other is really where I think, you know, people are going to be interested to learn more about what it is that we're doing. So I'm hoping for a similar repeat of what we've been able to do in 2020 and 2021 or beyond.
I love it, man. I'm excited for you and everybody that's going to be part of that. It's a great channel and extension of what we all love to, you know, build, especially here.
100%.
All right, going on to a next fun question. What do you love about work every day? And is there anything that gets you fired up? And by fired up, I mean fired up like you are right now, bringing the energy like a fire hose to this series of interview.
You got it. So I think, you know, the thing that I love the most about the inner workings of the day-to-day business is the fact that we just get to connect with really good entrepreneurs that are looking to achieve a certain business plan inside of their local market, right? And Loan Depot clearly recognizes the need for entrepreneurs in their local markets doing enacting a business plan that allows them to be relevant and unique inside of their markets. So from that standpoint, when I have the opportunity to help somebody achieve their business goals, thus helping us achieve our business goal at the same time, it really creates a really wonderful partnership between the two of us.
I dig it, man. All right, pause for a second. Let me see another good question. Horror story is not a good one. I don't like that. I think I'm going to remove that one. All right, here's a good question, Ross. what skill set do you bring to the table that you believe makes you a better leader for all the leaders and people in the channel you support? And partners on the receiving end of this, right? You're partnered with all of our divisionals and our regionals, and as we grow this thing.
Yeah, I think just the radical transparency that exists for me as it relates to how to face off against my internal and external customers is something that people really enjoy, right? They can always ask me either a softball question or a hardball question, and they know that they're always going to get a very consistent answer. And I think that's the thing that fires me up the most about every day is continuing to bring that brand to them, right? Or bring that experience to them. Whereas they haven't necessarily experienced, especially new people to Loan Depot, they haven't necessarily experienced that at other institutions. So the radical transparency, I think, is something that drives a lot of the conversations that we have inside of the Mellow channel.
Got it. One other question. Do you think pitching metaphors are appropriate given that you're in the grandstands of a baseball stadium right now?
Absolutely, 100%.
And that's probably, is that an Angel Stadium? I think that looks like Anaheim.
That's Coors Field, Denver,
Dodgers?
Colorado.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys have a team?
We do. We do.
All right.
Yeah, it's not Chavez Ravine, but it's, we'll take it.
I haven't been there yet. I'd like to go. All right, and the last question. Ross, who is Ross Cowan outside of work when you're not grinding it out, building relationships, changing people's lives for the positive?
Well, it'd be shocking to hear, but I'm actually a high school baseball coach. So,
No way.
Yeah. So in the springtime, I pick up a team of kids, and we, traditionally I like to take on the freshmen or the JV team, and we'll go out and roll on, with 15 to 16 young men and try and see if we can't teach them the game of baseball from a fundamental standpoint, and see if we can't make them a whole lot better by the time they exit to head to their summer clubs and things like that after the high school baseball season. So the other reason why I like high school, the other reason why I love high school baseball is it's a sprint. It's not a marathon. So you play 16 games inside of about 8 weeks. So it's super fun.
What are some of the correlations between coaching baseball like that with young men and what you do professionally with your business partners in the Mellow channel?
The ability to connect, the ability to communicate, right, at a very different level on each individual, either player or counterpart here internally or externally. So the ability to communicate what it is that we're trying to get done, how that benefits them, and see them achieve that growth over a decent period of time. It's just something that that rush you get is something you can't get anywhere else.
I bet the way your noodle works too, there's a whole lot of strategy to both.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of time thinking about how you want a conversation to go, a lot of time thinking about what lineup you want to submit for a particular opponent or a particular pitcher, a lot of time spent, thinking about how you want to go execute, and then the ability to see that plan go into fruition. It never works out 100% of the way that you want it to.
That's true.
But the way that, the way that it always plays out to me always, ends up being how it should be. And for that, if you go and work on the fundamentals and you communicate correctly, traditionally the ball will bounce your way. And, that's what I love about it.
Hey, have there been any great success stories from the high school kids? Anybody make it to the bigs?
No, not yet. Not yet. But
it's just a matter of time.
They keep trying. Yeah, maybe. You never know, right? The ability to become a professional in any athletic endeavor these days, I think, it requires an iron will. So
yeah, whole lot like being struck by lightning, practically, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, Ross Cowan, I'm very grateful to be working with you. I love what you do. I've always enjoyed partnering with you. So thank you for sharing more. And we'll let you get back to, commentating that game you're at.
You got it, hey, man. I really appreciate it.
Doesn't hit you. I think I see somebody just rattled one off. Nope, that went up right by you.
No, I appreciate it, Steven. Thanks for having me on, and definitely thank you for your friendship. It's always appreciated.
Likewise, man.
All right. Take care.